I 24, F found out that my M24 husband tried to cheat on me. What are some healthy ways to cope? I have been in a long-term relationship with my husband for a year and 2 months. Yesterday we woke up normal. I slept in and he left for work. He was working 2 hours away. He called me at 2 p.m. to tell me he would be late and I understood. He got home around 6 and I had no concerns. Until we finished watching No Good Deeds on Netflix and I looked at his phone to see the time. He had 3 messages stating, "This is I saw you wanted to meet up with me baby." I was terrified. He took the phone and deleted the convo. I said, "Let me see your phone." I undid the delete to see the messages. He messaged her and said, "Hi, I saw your ad looking for additional info." My heart actually sunk. All day I was feeling sick and anxious like something like this was happening. He didn't meet with her. I feel absolutely betrayed. I have been grieving the past couple of months and this just is terrible. He told me he's not satisfied with sex and doesn't go into detail. I don't know what to do because I do love him and I don't want to leave. He told me he loves me, but how could you love someone and do this? I do go to therapy, so I will be going there hopefully this coming up week. How have you coped with this? Any advice is appreciated, but please be nice. I am grieving multiple things right now. Leave him, man. There's no way to cope up with cheaters. You want healthy ways to cope with your man cheating? Let's view this objectively. He saw he ad, so if she was advertising sex. Most people who advertise sex is more money. So he contacted a prostitute. She didn't answer him until he was home. So it's not that he didn't want to cheat, it's that she didn't answer in time, otherwise he would have. If he felt this easy contacting a prostitute, he's most likely already cheated on you multiple times. Why would you want to cope with this? You need to do the following. 1. Get checked for all STDs. 2. Get a new therapist. 3. Leave this man. You don't stay with cheaters. In a long-term relationship with your husband? The best way to cope is by showing self-respect and leaving the marriage. Nothing's sexier than valuing yourself. By the way, he didn't try to cheat. He did cheat. Just because he didn't get successful with the act of sex doesn't mean he didn't cheat. He cheated on you. He connected with another woman with sexual intentions and was unfaithful. That's cheating. He's already committed the act in his heart. You are only a year in. He is saying he is unsatisfied and is actively working to get with other girls. Why are you sticking around for this? Have some self-respect here. Am I, M22, right to be concerned about my fiancé's, F22, weight gain? Hi there. So me and my fiancé have been together for 3.5 years. She is incredibly sweet, kind, understanding and caring. I constantly feel lucky to have her, but in the last week or so for some reason it's like this weird switch has flipped. I guess I've properly noticed how big she has gotten since we met 3.5 years ago. I don't mean that to be mean or nasty, and I still love her incredibly, but she stepped on a scale on the 1st of January and I guess I just didn't expect her weight to be what it is. For info, when we met she was 60 kilograms and she is 5 feet 4 inches tall. As of the 1st of January she is now 99 kilograms. I feel like I can't talk to her about it as she just gets upset and doesn't like talking about weight as it makes her uncomfortable. She wants to be healthier and fitter, etc. She often attempts to diet and exercise but she never sticks to it. I feel bad for even thinking this way, but I also am just not sure what to do. She also eats so much. She does the food shopping as I work longer hours and it's just easier for her to do it. We both like it that way. I worked out that in 3 days she had eaten 34 bags of potato chips. I love her and just want her to be happy, but at the same time it's like some weird switch has flipped and I've actually started to notice how much weight she has gained and how much bigger she is. Ought I to be concerned about her weight? How would you best handle the situation? Thanks. Okay, so even if we're talking about the small, party-size packets, 34 in 3 days is insane. Is she on any medications that could increase her appetite? Has she had a medical workup? Because that's either an eating disorder or a medical issue. No one with a healthy relationship with food gets to the point where they're eating 34 packets of chips in 3 days. That's not an, oops, I lost track. You almost had to try to eat that much. I just ate a pack of Pringles in 2 days and felt guilty about that. It sounds like she has binge eating disorder. Gaining almost 40 kgs over 3 years is very concerning and she clearly needs professional help. No one chooses to become obese. When you talk to her about it, don't make the focus her weight. The focus should be on her health and well-being. Encourage her to see a doctor. She needs to get some tests done and get a referral to see both a dietitian and a mental health professional. She can also ask about medication to reduce food noise. Losing weight is near impossible without getting your mental health on track first. I struggled to lose weight for 3 years with little success. It was just frustrating and made me more depressed. Once I got my mental health on track, though, the weight just melted off and stayed off. I'm sorry. When you say 34 bags of chips, do you mean like snack size, regular size? Family-sized? No, you don't need to be concerned with her weight. You do, however, need to be concerned about her mental health. Has anything traumatic happened to her in the last few years? Has she ever gone to therapy? Do you notice she is a lot more sad and depressed lately? Something is causing her to overeat and find comfort in food. The best way to help is to not focus on the number on the scale, but the source that caused that number to go up rapidly. Therapy is her best option in my opinion. Sounds like she needs to speak to a mental health professional, as she may have an eating disorder, or at the very least her mental health is suffering. See if you can find a counselor in your area who specializes in EDs and go together. If you love her and want to spend your life with her, put the work in with her, support her without judgment, and help her. If she doesn't want the help though, there's nothing you can do. You can't force someone to accept help if they're not ready. If you are going to talk to her about it though, don't frame it as a weight thing because she's clearly self-conscious about it. Instead, frame it as an overall health, physical, mental, and emotional concern. Your language matters. Good luck. Obviously, I have no idea of circumstances, so this may be off base. However, there is some evidence that women can gain weight after a sexual assault or harassment. Again, not saying all weight gain means sexual assault, but that's a lot of weight in a relatively short time. My 24 female, boyfriend, 33 male, makes me feel unintelligent. Burner account because my boyfriend knows my Reddit. So this has been happening for a little while and I don't know how I should feel. For context, my boyfriend and I are both pretty high achievers, but his HS achievements rack up much higher than mine. If you could have done it, he did. But this also includes academically. We both have degrees, but he's on track to be doing a PhD at a prestigious university. Our relationship consists of a lot of banter, but recently, he's been sending messages like, indubitably, my lexicon would reach untold heights while my living conditions would be akin to wash bin in a fraternity on Greek Rush Week. About going back to university. There's also just generally been other occasions where he's so extremely verbose, for seemingly no purpose other than to make me feel dumb for either not getting whatever he's referring to, I'm British, he's American, or just not understanding his language choices. Suggestions on how to bring how I'm feeling up. Imagine being 33 and giving a shit about how you did in high school. He sounds insufferable, to be honest. Just tell him to stop being such a pretentious ass and ask yourself if you can get past this major ick or not. I'd know the answer. Lol, if he was so smart he wouldn't need big words to explain things. True intelligence is demonstrated by breaking complex concepts into simple language. Just shows he's actually a bit of a muppet. The age difference is the problem here. Why can't he date someone round his age? Exactly, because no one would bear with his smug attitude. He's trying to be funny and sound British, but failing at both. Read it in my head with an American attempting an English accent and it's proper daft. I don't think he's trying to make you feel silly. I'd probably respond by telling him to go wax his rims. He's 9 years older than you. Of course he's had more time to do certain things in life than you have yet. Sounds like a man-child the way he's intimidated by someone smart and much younger, and on top of that, a girl. You're bright. Don't let him try and beat you down, or else go find someone worthy of your time and attention. I'm starting to make lists in my head of things I-49M can't tolerate anymore from my partner 42F. I-49M have been catching myself thinking about all the things I can't no longer tolerate with my partner 42 female. We've been together 4 years. It's been great, but in August, she was fired from her job for insubordination. Basically, she was a total pain in the ass. Since then, she continued to be short with everyone, speaks down to me, questions everything, has a comment about how I do things, just will not let up. In addition, her pot smoking, vaping has gotten out of hand. Her temper flares up, and it seems that she's apologizing to me on almost a daily basis. At what point do you just say enough and move on? We're not married, and I cannot think of that commitment at this point. Let me get this straight. Your 4 years have been great. She got fired in August. Then she turned into a pain in the ass. She apologizes for her temper flares almost daily. Have you spoke to her, ask her how she's feeling, tell her how you're feeling, let her vent, you go ahead and vent, and lend a hand in finding work. In this absolutely shit workforce situation some states are in, considering you're in USA. I mean, if that part fails, and you really aren't into it man, then by all means, you have no attachments. Start with a conversation, don't just leave out of the blue. Tell her how you're feeling, and if things don't change, it will be time to end the relationship. You most definitely should just let her go if you can't be there for her. Obviously you're not marriage material for this reason. Being fired is devastating. It's embarrassing because you realize you screwed up and it hits you right in the self-esteem. It's depressing. A little bit of empathy and encouragement goes a long way to put the spark back into someone so they'll be able to pick themselves up and move forward. If you can't be part of her support system when the chips are down, it's probably best for her if you just let her go. It doesn't sound like you're down for being a committed partner anyhow. If you want to work on the relationship, do that. If you're tired of trying, leave. Either is okay. She is unraveling. Suggest counseling, therapy, and give her support. Find out why she was insubordinate. Something happened to make her change. She's self-medicating instead of seeking professional help. Jesus, you're a gem.